Guys, what up? Welcome back. Look at the title and look at the timestamps below. We're going to be going over some kind of more unique things. This can be a video geared towards you new players that are returning, the add-ons that I use. If you guys have been watching some of my videos, Gathermate, weak auras, threat plates, I'm going to be going over all of that stuff. I'm gonna just go over my add-ons and maybe a little bit of background on what each one of them do. And then later on in the timestamps, you guys can fast forward. I'm going to go over kind of the basics of how to set some of them up and what some of them do and all that good stuff. So I have a little cheat sheet here. So we're going to open up my add-ons first, and you guys can see the ones that I'm using. We're going to go over them. So for you new guys, I would highly suggest that you just go download these and then you can install them. And then I'm going to go over the install process for this. So if you guys have the Curse app, you guys just tie this to your WoW, or you just download this, and the I think it's Overwolf is tied to it. And what it does is it will find WoW on your computer, and then you just go to Classic. You have to filter WoW by Classic, and then you just download these. So we got Bagnon is one of them I used. Atlas Loot, Details. Dominos is for moving my anything I want on my screen around. It's amazing. Fishing Buddy is what I've been using for fishing, and it does probability and statistics for you. Gathermate is what affects my mini map and my main map for locating nodes, like fishing nodes, mining nodes, herbalism nodes. Threat or Titan panel, so you guys can see at the top of my screen here. It just shows it's going to track and help you with your XP per hour, the estimated time when you're going to level, how much gold you have across all of your tunes. It's going to show how many bag slots available, all that good stuff. Trade Skill Master is not recommended for everybody. This is more of a add-on for posting on the auction house and making values. So when, let's say your bags are completely full of gear, you can set up certain groups for posting items. So you set like minimum and maximum values, and then the add-on scans the auction house and then undercuts people or undercuts competition for like however much you want to set it up for. For most of the time, for people, you just undercut 1 copper, and you're gonna have the best price on the auction house, and you can set those up, and I'll be showing that in this video. So you guys look at, like I said, at the bottom, you guys can fast forward and look if you're looking for a specific add-on, like and then I'm gonna we can keep plugging away here. So we got weak auras is the last one. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna be going over more in depth of how to set up Gathermate, how cancel here. We're hit OK, and we got something attacking us. We're going to be going over weak auras, Trade Skill Master, Gathermate, and then Dominos are going to be the ones that I'm going to show you guys how to set up, or at least the basics and the reason why to have them. So some of those reasons why is on my screen. So maybe we can do these in order. So why is it that we are using these? You can see this. Look at how look at where I don't have the UI from WoW. I'm using nothing but add-ons, and the main reason why I play on an extremely big TV, and so I want my add-ons and everything in front of my face. I want how do we make this bar? So this is my health bar. This is my mana bar for playing a druid. Or how do you change this to an energy bar? How do you change this to a rage bar? We're going to go over that. This is also weak auras, is being able to track my buffs. So you guys can see this. I just reapply my thorns, and it's right in front of my face. How do we do that? How do we get this grid right here? How do we move it? All of these things are add-ons, just like this is, just like the threat plates. So you can see this. Threat plates is an add-on that we're using. It shows your enemy. It shows what they are, your dots on them. It's going to show like if you have a root on them. So you can see this. I'm going to put down entangling roots here, and it's going to show that root right next to them. whenever, I mean, when it's on them. So you can see this. It's amazing. It's amazing, especially for warriors. When you hamstring something and something's trying to run away, it's gonna have this huge countdown on here for any root effect and then any dot that you have on them. And so we're going to be going over some of these, and then things that affect your map. So on my fishing guides, or the last 4 or 5, or like last 3 or 4 episodes, showing nodes. So you can see this. There's extremely clustered on here, but I have almost everything turned on this guy. So it's showing where nodes are for herbs, for mines, for chests, and for fishing. So everything is turned on for this guy, but you can turn them off. And we're going to be going over some of this. So the first one I wanted to go over is weak auras. So weak auras, we can see this. Why do we want weak auras? Well, weak auras is going to be able to manipulate bars on your screen. And like I said, this is going to be a basics video. So for me, I just wanted to get my mana bar, my rage bar, my energy bar, and my health bar right here next to my guy. And then also I want to be able to track some of my buffs that fall off extremely fast. Like Thorns only last 10 minutes, just like Battle Shout for a warrior only lasts 2 minutes. I want those things right next to me so I can see them like at all times. So when you download, you're gonna get on your mini map up here, all of your add-ons. You're gonna have to move them around. So before we jump into this is the one main thing I want you guys to do, especially for you new guys, is I need you to go into your options and into your game. And first of all, I need you to for your key bindings, I want you to put this on to character specific. I need you to do this because if you don't turn this on and you start editing 3 or 4 different characters, it's going to change them. I want you to first turn this on, okay? That's extremely important. And then you go to your action bars. I want you to turn all your action bars on, okay? Because when you're inside the WoW UI, and then you switch this over, so you turn all of your add-ons on and you jump in, bear with me. I want you guys to just make it player specific, because we're going to be unbinding and rebinding a lot of your key bindings into a grid, and it's just going to, I don't want it to affect every single one of your characters. I want them to be character specific. So that's extremely important. Is, like I said, you go into your options, you turn all your action bars on, and then you go to your key bindings and just make sure that it's just for this character. And so when you turn all that stuff on, and for me, because it's gonna show all these things on your screen for when you start editing these add-ons. So we are in weak auras. So we come up here, we find weak auras. It's going to throw this on your screen. So you want to move this off to the side. Your screen should be empty right now. But we're going to go in here, and these are the ones that I've already set up. But we're going to go to a new one. So like, let's say you wanted to get one of these health bars on here. And all you're going to do is you're going to click new aura. You're going to go to progress bar, and it's going to throw a bar on your screen. So it should be, so if somehow in your settings it's locked, you want to unlock it. And you're going to come up here and you got a new bar. So this thing's brand new. So for you guys, you should not have anything in here. If there is, just delete it and we're going to make a new one. So you guys can come up here and type in health. Okay. So you're going to type in a health bar. It's going to be showing on your screen. And you want this. So this thing, I want you to be your health bar. So we're going to change it to green. So you can come in here. So you can see this. It's already on display. So we're doing something with the display. We're changing the color. Okay. And like I said, this is going to be a very basic, this is just going over the basics. There's a lot more to this, but right now we're just going to be doing this. So for me, okay, I want it to go from top to bottom. Okay, so when my health starts going down, it's going to go, it's going to be full, and then it's going to go down. Okay, and then I do not want it to show my name next to it. So this right here is showing, or what the value is. So health, I want to shut. You see this, it's editing away what it's representing, which is your health bar. Okay. And then the trigger. So up here at display, you're going to go to your trigger. And what is trigger doing? It's selecting what it's tracking. So it's an aura. So it's a triggered aura. So you can see that's the type. It's an aura. It's going to be the player, which is you, and then it's going to be player. Let's see this. So buff. Okay. So we're on aura right now. Okay. We're going to go to player and unit. Okay. So your triggered value, trigger 1, it's going to be the type is going to be player and it's going to be unit info. Okay. And so here, so you have all these different values. You can select power, which is your rage and your energy costs. Right now we're just doing health. So my health bar. So that's what this is. It has selected, and you don't have to change any of this other stuff. It's already done. So it's your health bar that's on here. So that's the trigger. That's the player unit, the health. And we're getting attacked by something. So we're going to kill it real quick. And you guys can see, look at the bar itself. It's going down as my health's going down. So we're gonna get away from being attacked by something. So it does work. So then you can take this, you can make this bar any size, any shape you want. Okay. So if it was this way and you want it to run across the bottom of your screen, you can do it this way, or you can do it up and down, which is what I like. So that's your health bar. And then we're gonna do one more. So we have our mana bar here. So you can do the same thing. You can go to create a new aura. You come in here, you go to progress bar, and then you type in mana. So you type in mana, you hit enter. Well, we already have it. So go mana 1. So I've already got a mana bar on here. So you can do the same thing. So you come in here, you go to display, you can change the color to blue. So come up here and change it to blue. You can go, like I said, you go top to bottom with it, and it's gonna run as when your mana is going down. It's gonna get slowly go down, and then when you're doing this, you can have like let's say you want this to be right next to your health bar, so you can see this. You can go mana bar, you got mana 1, and then hit health bar. Excuse me, not this one. We'll do this one and this one. So I'm hitting control, and then you can see this. It'll tether it next to your other one, and then you can just make this the same size. So you can see this. It tethers it to it. You get these little, as long as unlock is off, you can have it, and it'll latch onto your other bar. So now you got your health bar. Now you have your mana bar set up, and like I told you guys, you want to come down here. And I turn text 2 off, make sure text 2 is off. And then if you guys want to change, if you don't, like for my mana, I don't really care about the value of it showing like how much percent or how much mana is there. So I just turn it off. So you can see now that so everything on here is displayed right now. So we're going to have 2 sets. So right now, I did not turn on. We're going to go like this. So we'll turn this back on. So mana, so that was health bar. Triggers was health, player, health. Touch my health bar, and the mana. So it's aura. So this is not an aura. We go to player unit again, and we go to power. So you guys can see this. We're on our mana bar. We're on our triggers, and we're going to player specific. And it's going to a power value. So you have to come down here. So it's going to be, you're going to have a player unit info. We're going to have the power. So the power that we're selecting is mana. So you go down to here, you check power. Actually, unit. Okay, so it's not player. What was this? Health. Player. Oh, no. It wasn't power. I just gotta cheat here real quick. So power type, it was power type. So this is my cheat sheet here. So I've already got one set up. So we got player and then power type. Oh, okay. So that's where I messed up. Power. How did we get it on this? So we got power type unit. Oh, that's what it is. My fault. My fault. So I know I was a little jumbled there for a second. So we select power type, and then you go down to mana. So that's how we get our mana. So we're going to close this, and now we should be able to see this go down. So we applied a Mark of the Wild on ourselves, and our mana went down. So that's how you set that up, okay? So, and then the other thing that weak auras can do is it can set up, like I showed you guys, whenever I have, I can track my buffs or how long my durations are on my buffs. So you can see this. I applied Thorns to myself, and it's sitting right here. So you come up here to weak auras once again, and you go to new aura, and you go to icon, and you hit. We're gonna go. So this is Thorns. So you can see this, and this is what we're gonna make the same thing. I'm just gonna show you how to make it. So Mark is a trigger. It's an aura. It's on the player, and it's a buff. So we go back to this. So trigger is an aura. It's the player unit myself. It's a buff. So this is already set up for this. And then you can go to the name of it. So we're going to type in Thorns here, and it should find it. So there's not many buffs, debuffs, spells in the game. It's going to be able to find it, and then you're going to hit OK. So you're going to move this off to the side. You can see this. So whenever Thorns is buffed on me, this should be here. So you guys can see, you can change the size of this, all this good stuff. But I'm just showing you this. You can change this to anything. We can go Mark of the Wild. So let's look at Mark of the Wild. Okay, so now it's tracking Mark of the Wild. So you can see this. It should be up here. So I have Mark on the Wild already on my guy. It should show it. So you can see this. It's showing the buff. It's showing the duration. And it's just, instead of having it up here away from where my eyes are right here and on my character, I want this closer. So we have weak auras doing this for us once again. So I want a cheat sheet. So I want to show this other one. So I'm like, okay, maybe I want both of my buffs to be right here. So whenever I'm on my druid, both of my buffs are sitting right here. You can see that. So, and then you can, for scaling purposes, you can go back to display, and you can do position. So you got both of them selected. You can just select one at a time. You got Mark selected, so you can do this. So this is offset position. So we go 30. Let's just go 32 by 32 height and width, and then we can click the same one and then just do the same thing. So if you want them the exact same size, we just do the same thing here. And when they tether together, they should be the exact same size. So once again, we hit Control, collect that, and you can see this. They're right next to each other. Okay, so we're going to close this, and you can see now we got both of our durations and buffs right here, and you can move them around. So like I said, I showed you, you've got your health bars that you've set up. You can move them. And then now you've got your debuffs, and you can move, or your buffs on your guy, and you can move them. Or like if you're on a warrior, you just set up Battle Shout, and it shows your duration right here instead of it having it up here. Amazing, amazing. And there's this is just the basics. This is what I'm using on my guy. I mean, I can, if I'm on Hunter, I'm gonna be using this for Hunter's Mark. Anything that you want to set up, you can do. So that was weak auras. Okay, so now we've got Gathermate. So for Gathermate, especially on my fishing, like I said, you've got all of these these nodes. I want, whenever I'm running herbalism or mining or fishing, I want to know where all the nodes are. And so you go into your add-on. So let's say you've downloaded Gathermate. You've got them in your add-ons. So you have there's two things you have to download. You have to get Gathermate, and you have to get the core. So Gathermate 2 data. Okay. And then you go in your option, you go to the options menu, and you go to your add-ons, and you got to open up Gathermate, and then you got to get import. So you can see this. So I know that's a lot here. We're in Gathermate, we're in the add-ons section, and we're trying to import all of the nodes because we don't know them until we unpack where the locations are on the entire map. So let's say, for me, I use all of them, but let's say you only have mining and fishing. You can come up here and uncheck herbalism and treasure, and then you can import that. Okay. And then let's say you have like right now on my druid right now, I'm showing everything. I have herbs, mines, chests, and fishing nodes are all showing on my screen. But let's say I want to shut one of them off. Okay, so you can come back once again into options. You can go to add-ons, you can go to filters, and then you can come in here. Okay, so I've got all. I want to shut off. I only want to do herbalism. I want mining shut off. You can select none and hit close, and then now you can see this. It shut off all the mining nodes. Okay, so now the only thing I have on here is herbs, chests, and fishing. Or you can go back into the and into here and be like, yeah, I don't have herbalism, but I want fishing and treasure. I don't have any of the gathering professions, but I want the fishing and the treasure nodes for chests to show on my screen. So you can select none, hit close, and then go back to your map. And now you just have all the locations. Like, even if you're not running a gathering profession, you want this add-on because it's going to show you where all the chest locations are, especially for Seasons of Discovery. And then now you have your fishing nodes and you have your chests on your screen. So Gathermate is amazing. I highly recommend it for everybody to get it because it's going to help you find chests. It's going to help you find like a fishing nodes, or it's going to help you with gathering. Amazing for clearing areas, hitting every single mining node, hitting every single herb node, and not missing anything. That's what I say. Min-maxing. It's amazing for me, and I highly recommend it for you guys. So we've got weak auras. So I'm going to make a little mark here. We did weak auras. We did Gathermate. And now, Dominos. So, okay, this is a big one. So you guys that have, if you've never used Dominos, so like I had showed you guys, I'm gonna reiterate this one more time. I want you guys to go into your game. I want you guys to go into your key bindings. I want to make sure that it's player specific is selected, and then turn all your action bars on. And what this is going to do, so you're going to come up here and you're going to select Dominos, and it's going to bring you to this screen. Okay, so you can tether. So you're going to have a bunch of clutter on your screen. Okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to, so your action bar 1 is your 1 through, like right now it's bound to 1 through 0. So anytime you hit 1 through 0, like, and especially when you change stances, so you're a warrior, you go from battle stance to berserk stance, or to prot, it's going to change it. But what I want you to do is I want you to, if you're going to be binding keys to bars, I want you to do not use action bar 1. I want you to use any of the other ones. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to get one main, these action bars tethered together. So I have everything tethered to my cast bar. So you find your cast bar and then start attaching all of your other action bars to this. So you see this one, when I untether it, this 8's tethered to 9. 9 is tethered to my cast bar. So I come up here, I tether it back onto 9, and then now everything's, so I want you to tether together 2 through 9, and then your cast bar, or wherever you want to do it. You can do it differently. You can put your cast bar at the bottom. So if you want to untether this, you can go like this. You can put your cast bar at the bottom or down here, and then retether back on all your action bars onto this. So I'm going to put this back on here, and now whenever you select something, like, so 1's attached to 2, 2's attached to 3, 3's attached to 4, and that clusters all these together. Okay, so now you got all these. Now you've done this. Okay, so now I put my XP bar up. You guys can move your menu somewhere. You can put your bag somewhere, and you can scale these. This is another thing I want you to do right now. So you hit right click, and you can go to scale. So right now I have 74. Every single one of my action bars, 1 through 9, I've changed the scale. So you guys can change it to any size you want. Okay, and then you just copy it. So you got 74 on here. You go copy, and then you can go through here and you can repaste this and hit enter, and it will change all your taskbars to the same size. And so now you've got them. Now you've got all of your action bars are the size that you want them. They're in a grid pattern. Okay. So now and then you can move this around. So so you can move this anywhere you want. So I'm gonna attach bar on a cast bar, and now this whole thing's so now you can see this. So you guys can see where I put my weak auras here. I can put my dominoes or my grid right next to it. So I've got my abilities here, I got my debuffs here, I've got my health bar here, and then you can see it how everything is close to where you want it to go. And so now we're going to close back out of dominoes, and now you can see. So whenever I select something, like let's go to my spell book, let's select something. Okay, so now it shows my grid here. Okay, so I've got my grid. I put smelting somewhere. Okay, but now I'm going to go back into options, go back into my key bindings, and then I'm going to go open up my action bars. So action bar, I don't use anything above like 6, so I unbound all the other ones. Okay, but do not use this. Okay, I want you guys to use your action bars 2 through 5 to bind your abilities. So R, T, Shift, Q, F, mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. Any of the abilities that you use, like Q, W, E, R, T, or no, Q, E, R, T, Y, G, F, D, or no, F, V, C. Any of the ones are your shift combos, or your control combos, or your tab combos, like tab Q, shift Q, control Q. I want you to bind these to these action bars. So you got Q and E on here. I have mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, and then on my 4th action bar, I have middle mouse. On my 5th bar, you can see this. I don't have anything bound here, but if I wanted to bound like Y, okay. So now my Y key is now bound on action bar 5. Go to ignore. Go open this back up, and you can see now. See, there's Y right there. I just bound that. So now anytime I want to use Moonfire, I hit Y. Okay, obviously that's not what I want to do, but you guys can see now. You can see all that grid. So action bars 1 through 5. You go back into your weak auras, or not weak auras, back into dominoes, and you can just put these in the order that you want. So action bar 2, action bar 3, action bar 4, action bar 5, action bar 6, and some of these share the same. So just because it says it's action bar 2 in your settings does not mean it's action bar 2 in dominoes. So you just need to be aware of that and maybe turn them on one at a time. And so if you want like a 5x5 grid in dominoes, just make your action, you go to action bar 2, action bar 3, action bar 4, and action bar 5. In your key bindings, bind all of your all of your abilities where in that, and in those 25 or that 5x5 grid. We're gonna do that right now. So we'll go to options. Can I move this? Yes, I can. So we can have both things going at the same time. So you go into your I'm just gonna put my, so we got both on the screen here. So I have the dominoes opened up, and I have my options opened up. So action bar 2, you can go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bind these 5, okay, and then go to action bar 3, bind these 5, go back to action bar 4, bind these 5, and then go to action bar 5 and bind these 5, okay, and then you'll be able to find them inside your see which one closes. Okay, so go back to here. So you got your cast bar. I line it back up with my buffs, and then you can find which, or you can go like this. So we're gonna close this out real quick. Not close it, but close that. Go to find a spell, and you can put your so you can see whenever you put spells on here, it's gonna show what you have bound there. So wheel up. You can find which ones are which. And then you can go back into your dominoes and rearrange which action bars where you want where, and you can find your 5x5 grid. And now you have your grid. You can move all these things out of the way, and like this. So you can move all your abilities here, and just have it really. Makes it a really. It takes time, but you guys are going to be able to have a really clean looking screen here just by having this. Look how amazing that is. This is everything that you want. Or you can have like maybe your smelting over here, and your like your Hearthstone is over here, but your main abilities are right here. And then you have, or you can go like this. So we can go back to weak auras. I want this moved up a little bit, so I'm going to select both of my buffs, and hopefully it does not. So I'm going to move up one, and then I'm going to have this one selected first, and then this one, and so I'm going to be able to move this one up, and now I have it higher, so it's more kind of up where I want it to be able to see it. So I close back out of that, and then I go back into Dominos, and maybe I don't want my cast bar up here. I want to untouch this. I want to untouch this. I want this out of here. I want my I don't want, maybe I would just want my cast bar right here. So I go like this. I attach it back to my cast bar, and now you guys can see I move this up. I move my abilities right next to my debuffs or my buffs, and then I can close back out of this. You can see this. Look how clean this is. This is amazing. So now I go back to weak auras, and I've changed. So this one and this one, I've changed the bigger ones to look like this. So then I can just come in here, and I can take this one, I can delete it, and be like, yep, I want to delete that. And then I come in here, and I want to be like, yep, I want to delete this one. Okay, delete. And then now I have all of this is on my screen. So like, let's say I have an energy bar here. Maybe I'm playing a rogue. I've set up an energy bar. My trigger, instead of it being mana, is energy now, and I colored it yellow. So you can just turn these. How do I turn this back on? I don't want. I've swapped from my druid to play a rogue. I don't want my mana to show anymore. You come over here to load, and you go to the top and you hit never, and it will shoot it back down here to not load it, and then you can take your energy and turn it back on. Okay, so now if I'm on a rogue, I have my energy bar set up, and then I can position. See how I have my mana bar, my health bar, my energy bar, and my rage bar are all in the same area, because they're all used for just specific things, or specific. When I swap classes, I to my warrior, I only need my rage bar. So I'm going to turn my energy bar off, and then I'm going to turn my rage bar on for when I play my warrior. You guys get the idea, okay? So that's how you do this. You go to load, you hit never. So I never want to show my rage bar, and my mana bar, I just unselect never, and it'll turn my mana bar back on, okay? So now I have this set up. See how clean this is now? Okay, I'm close this. Look how amazing this is. Got all my abilities here. I've got you get the drill. Look how amazing this is. This is clean. You guys can tinker with this. You can make this the sizes that you want. Like I said, you go into your options. You can go to your key bindings. You can bind your buttons to anything you want. Then just find them inside the add-on. Super clean, super amazing. Okay, so that was weak auras, the basics of being able to set up and have your buffs right next to you, or their durations. Having this, look how clean this is. I love this so much. Like I said, it takes time to set up. Once you get it set up, super clean. Okay, and then now you've got your health bar over here. You got your mana bar over here. I showed you guys how to turn chests on, how to turn fishing nodes on, how to turn herbs and mines back on. So like I said, you go back into your options, you go back to your add-ons, you go back into your filters, and you get to select all, and you go to select all, and you go close, and then you go back to your map, and now you got all your nodes back on. And there's another thing that you can do with Gathermate, is you can just turn off and only have certain. So like, let's say this. So this is gonna be another kind of Gathermate thing. You can go to your options, and let's say all I want is Briarthorn. Like, all I want is Swift Thistle, okay? So I want to target Briarthorn only. I can select none, treasure select none, mining select none, herbalism select none, and then just turn on, where is it? Briarthorn, right there. Okay, close. And now I'm going to go out into Westfall, and I'm just going to, all I want to find is Briarthorn, and look at this. So now I can create a path for myself of just finding, I want to make 50 swiftness potions. And the only thing I want to find is Briarthorn. This is the only thing I care about, is I'm going to make a route here for just targeting Briarthorn. This is exactly how I would do it. I would come out here. I would just get into a routine of hitting almost every single one of these nodes. I'm level 25. I'm on a hunter. I have the movement speed. This is the only thing I want to do. This is exactly how I would do it. Okay, so that was my point for Gathermate and utilizing that add-on. It's amazing. Okay, and now we're gonna go. So I'm gonna do this. I gotta do this. So we got Dominos is done. Weak Ores, Trade Skill Master, Atlas Loot. So I should have done this earlier, but we're gonna do. Where I kind of went over threat plates. Threat plates. There's nothing. So you can see that this enemy right here. Okay, so like let's say I want to. This is what threat plates is creating. Like I said, it's showing the dot on them, and then it shows slowing effects. So it will show like Thunderstomp. It'll show Entangly Roots. It'll show Hamstring. This already comes turned on, and then so I'm actually going to kill this guy so I can show this. So that's threat plates, but you can go in your options, you can go to add-ons, you can go to threat plates, and then it tells you. So all you do is you do /TP, and it will show you. So visibility. So we can go to make sure you guys can see this on my screen. We can go to Healthbar view. So color. So targets, and you guys can see. So only in combat, and then you can change the sizes. Okay, so font size, transparency, and then headlight automation, cast bars, colors, visibility, bars, widgets times names, threat system. No. You guys can go through here and you go scale. That's a scale. Okay, so. General scale, cast bars. Also, this is height and width. Okay, so appearance. So you guys can set up the colors. So for example, friendly is green, hostile is red. Okay, so this is what we got to go back town for. So I'm gonna show you guys threat plates. You guys saw enemies, but I want to show you guys what it looks like for allies, and the reason that I think threat plates is amazing. Okay, because it's gonna show, so you guys can see this. So right now I've you can see friendly. When you hit Shift V, it's gonna turn on turns on friendly nameplates. Okay, so you guys can see this. Threat plates is creating, instead of having it look like this with the WoW UI, it creates, and you can see what classes are. So you can see this. I don't have to hover over or look at. I know this guy's a druid. I know this guy's a hunter. I know this guy's a paladin. Super, super helpful. Like right now when I'm in town and I want to find somebody like a rogue to open up a lockbox for me, or if I'm trying to find, like if I'm leaving town, I'm like, hey, I want to find a druid. I'm going to ask for mark from this guy. I found a paladin. I want to get wisdom from him. I'm looking for a priest. I want fortitude. I can talk to this guy and, hey, I want fortitude. I don't even have to look. I know it's a priest because it shows the colors of what they are. You can go to your options. You can go to the threat plates. Like I said, you go TP, and it will show. So colors. Let's go to cast bars. Maybe it's cast bars headline view. Visibility. Oh, so it's visible. I forget. Let's see, thrift system, blah, blah, blah. Scales? No, this is going to be where you change the scale of everything. Let's see, so target, trade based, target, scale. So you can make these bigger or small. Let's see. Colors, bars. So colors. I don't know. Layout. I forget where health bar view. Auto sizing. Coloring. There it is. There it is. Okay, so health bar view. Okay, and then you go to coloring, and it will show friendly units, enemy units, and it will color it by class. Okay, so friendly units, you can shut this off, and it'll make everybody green. Okay, it'll just make them have health bars. But if you go friendly units, it'll turn on what color of class that they are. This is I find this is amazing, and you guys can scale this. You can do it, but like I said, threat plates does the friendly things, and it does the enemy things. And the enemy things, once again, it shows the dots on them. It shows their buffs. Like if you're a priest and you want to do you want to take their buffs off with cleanse, or your tether or your slow down effects like hamstring. Super helpful with threat plates. So we got let's see through here. So done. Oh, another thing. So Titan panel. So Titan panel, once again, I kind of maybe I covered this for 2 seconds. You guys can see what it does. So it's going to, at the top, it shows your XY, your chords at the top left, and then it goes to XP per hour, which is super helpful, especially if you're grinding crabs, grinding mobs. You're all you're doing is you're just picking a spot and you're grinding for a while. It'll tell you how much XP you're getting per hour, and your expected level, gets your gold, all that stuff. And then, so we went over that. So Titan panel, we got details. So details, we can unlock this. So when it's on your screen, it's going to show you like this. So details is I mean, for you guys, this is basic stuff for most of us WoW guys, but it's going to track your DPS, or you can come in here and you have it track something else. There's a ton of options here, but you come in here and you click on this middle little cursor here, or this option, and you can change it to healing, all that good stuff. And then you can find, so I like to have it set up where you can see what I'm targeting down here, and I kind of pin it right above like the ally or enemy thing that is on my cursor. So I've got details here. Then once again, you guys already know what Questie is. If some of you guys don't know, Questie helps you find and track quests and where their locations are, that good stuff, or quests that are available to you at your level, and it'll tell you where to pick them up at. Really, really good add-on. Let's see. So the last one, I know I've not covered all of them that I'm using. So Fishing Buddy, you guys can go refer to my episode 5 previous to this video going up. So Fishing Buddy helps you track probability and statistics of fishing, what you're fishing up, how long you've been fishing, and it also affects. So you can open up Fishing Buddy. You can right click on the emblem, and you guys can see this. It'll allow you to when you're actually have your fishing pole out and you're in a pool, it'll turn up the volume so you can hear when you have a fish on the hook. So I think it's super helpful. It turns down all your other your sound settings when you have your fishing pole out, and it amplifies when you have a fish on the hook, which is amazing. If you're watching YouTube or you're watching like a video and you're fishing at the same time, like to kind of, you're fishing, but you're also watching a video. It's super helpful to be able to have the sound turned up when your lure goes off. Super helpful for you guys that do fishing. And then last but not least, one of the big ones. Okay, so we're gonna get into Trade Skill Master. Okay, there's Trade Skill Master is huge, but I'm gonna try to just show you guys the basics. What is Trade Skill Master? Trade Skill Master, I believe, has 2 functions. Okay, so we're gonna open up my bags. Okay, so we're just gonna hit bags, and that's another thing. We got Bagnon on here too. But what trade, so you can see this, okay? So look at what I'm hovering over. Okay, so what Trade Scale Master does is it tracks anything that's on your tunes and where they're located. So right now I've got copper ore selected. I've got copper ore on 3 different tunes. I've got 48 on this tune, I've got 4 on my hunter, and I've got 17 on my warrior. And it will tell you where they are. So like on this guy, I've got 13 on my guy and I've got 35 in the bank. And at the bottom, okay, I know this is a lot of information, but at the bottom it tells you your totals in gray. So total, I have 69 on my druid, or on this druid. I have 48. You guys get the drill. Okay, I think it's super, super, super helpful for just knowing what kind of supplies that you have. So you can go down here to linen, okay? So linen cloth, I have 57 on my mage, I have 8 on my warrior, I have 20 on my hunter, and I have 23 on my druid. Super, super helpful. Trade Scale Master helps track where everything is on your guys and where it's located if you have some in the bank and all that good stuff. Super amazing add-on for just finding things. Like, this is like critical. You don't even have to use this for the auction house. Trade Scale Master is the majority of it, of the functionality of the add-on, is to help you post auctions and set up groups and to be able to post them extremely fast. But I love Trade Scale Master for just the function of knowing where things are in your bags and in the bank. Super, super helpful. Okay. And so the other thing, so this is going to, I could possibly make another video, but this is going to be the basics. So like, let's say, so whenever you download Trade Scale Master, it's recommended that they send you to their website. And what it does is Trade Scale Master scans the auction houses like every hour. So every item on the auction house on your server, Trade Scale Master, the third party part of what you tie to this, you go to their website, you make an email, you tell them what server that you're on, and then you have Trade Scale Master turned on. It's an add-on that you run on your, or program that you run on your computer, and you have it on at all times, and it's giving you live updates for values of items. You don't have to do that, okay? You can just have Trade Scale Master just for finding things in your bags. But I'm going to show you how to set up and use Trade Scale Master for posting some items. So let's jump into this. So you've downloaded Trade Scale Master. It comes up here and it's on your mini map. You got this little gear sign here. And what you're going to be able to see here is a couple of basic stuff. The only one I want you to download is Trade Scale Master. I don't want you to download any of the other add-ons. There's like ones for crafting, ones for sniping, all this good stuff. You don't need any of those. Just for Seasons of Discovery, I just want you to get the just the basic. I don't want you guys to go and link this. I don't want you to go to trade. Just get this. So now that you have this, okay, so it's gonna show. So you have things in your bag that you want to sell. You're like, okay, I have some gear I want to sell. And so this is what I use it for. I don't, especially when you're starting to dabble in Trade Scale Master, I do not recommend you setting up groups and categories for items that are in stacks. Only thing I use it for is gear and recipe and selling singles. So like pieces of gear, like when you've played through and you got your first guy to level 25, you might have found like 50 greens. How do you post them efficiently? Trade Scale Master helps you do that. So what you do is okay, so let's say, so I already have some groups here. You have all these items. Let's say I found all these items are in my bank. So I've got all these items. Okay, so let's say this malachite was a piece of gear. All I would do, so this is going to be empty for you guys that are this is new for you. So you come up here and you make a new group. So you got a new group here, and I'm going to make this gear 2. Let's pretend this is just gear. So this is my first. This is this green I have right here. I want to add this to this. The only thing that you're creating here is you're grouping items that you want to sell or that have certain posting costs and parameters. Okay, so this gear This group, this all you're doing is telling the add-on to go and search for this item. So this is a group for recipes, this is a group for gear, and this is a group for items that are come in stacks. So like cloth can stack up to 10 or 20, or stacks up to 10. You don't want I don't want to post any of this stuff on the auction house. So I just come in here and I'm like, hey, I never want, until I get later on, I don't want to post any of this stuff. I just add this so it doesn't clutter what I'm trying to, but let's say this is a piece of gear, okay? So I just write gear on here. I put this piece of gear in here and I add it to the group, okay? So this is the first step in when you go up. And what this allows you to do is what you're doing is you're creating parameters for posting items extremely quick. So we can come up here and I'll show you. So the strength of Trade Skill Master is helping you post things extremely fast. So let's say, I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. So the second part of this, now that you've set up your group for gear, so you come up here, you have your group for gear. So the only thing, so this is a piece of gear. Let's say this is like a dagger, a green dagger. I want to sell this thing. Okay. You have to link the group to the parameters at which you want to post the item for. So you come to operations. So look at this. You got your groups and then you got operations. The only thing I want you to worry about is just auctioning. So we're going to go up here and we're going to add, your guys' should be empty. Okay. So you're going to come up here and you're going to make a new operation. You're going to rename it the same as the group name. So we got gear 1. Okay. So you've changed the name. You're going to link your group. So you come in here. Okay. So you got gear 1. You're going to link this operation to the auctioning operation that you're going to set up. So you come in here and you're going to the groups. Oh, so gear 1. And you're going to set it to gear 1. Okay. So you can see this. So gear 1 is now set up for gear 1. See that? Okay. Gear 1. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, my fault. Okay. You got to override it. Okay, so you got to override the parent. You got to add gear 1 to it. Okay, so you add it. So now this group is linked to auction 1. So you got to make sure. So this one, like my other one, I have this linked to gear, the parameters in which I want to post at. This one, we're attaching the rules of what we want to post things for. Okay, so now we have it linked to what our parameters for our auction house is. Now we got to set up the parameters. So we go to auction. So we got gear 1. So you come in here. There's not a lot. Okay, so what I want you to do here is so you have the duration. You set up at 8. I only post things for 8 hours, but you guys can go 24. You can go to 2, whatever it is. However frequent you want to post things and have them fall off, you set up that. So for gear, sometimes you only want to post 1, maybe 2. So I want to post 2 at a time, and my stacks are 1. Lel partials, no. And then, but you can also keep ones in your bags. So let's say you're crafting, you're blacksmithing, you've made the silvered set. I have 4 chest pieces, 4 pairs of boots, 4 pairs of gloves, and 4 pairs of shoulders. I want to make sure on this gear that I'm posting, I want to make sure that one's always left in my bags. You can set that up. Okay, that's all that function is. But this right here is extremely important. All of these, so this is your posting costs. Okay, so you set your undercut amount. I always do 1 copper. So like, let's say that dagger that I'm trying to post, somebody has it up for 20 silver. This is going to undercut it by 1 copper. So when you go and scan and it's in your bag, it's going to scan, it's going to undercut your your competition by 1 copper. So if they have it for 20 silver, your auction is going to go up for 19 silver and 99 copper. That's all it's going to do. You should always, when you're setting something up, you want to be, and you're taking the time to set this up, you want to not screw yourself out of gold. And you're taking all this time to set this up. You want the maximum amount of profit. And by doing that, you're only undercutting by 1 copper. Okay, but these are the values I need you to do. Right now, I want you to delete all these. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, so these parameters that they have set up for you are based off of having their add-on, their third-party program running. Okay, you don't want, if you're just using this just for, we're using this for season of discovery. We're not playing retail. There's not a million different items that we're setting up. We're doing something very basic. I have 1 dagger I want to sell. Okay, so in your mind, you're like, okay, what's the minimum price that I want to sell my dagger for? Let's put 20 silver in here. Okay, that's the minimum price. I don't want to go anything below that. But what's the maximum? Okay, so the maximum, maybe I put 2 gold here. That's the max that I feel comfortable posting something that I find. We could actually put 5 gold because there are some, like the silver pieces, all this good stuff. This is the maximum that I want to post this item for. So we go max, and then the normal price. So when there's nothing on the auction house, okay, what do I want to post this dagger for? I want to post it for 39 silver. Okay, so I've put these parameters in. I'm not scanning the auction house for or I'm not trying to pull. So what the third party program does when you have it on and have it set up, it's pulling averages based off of all the servers. So right now there's let's say there's 8 season of discovery servers. It's pulling and scanning all the auction houses every hour on all 8 servers, and then compiling an average or a median, and then sending that information to you when you have their program running for Trade Skill Master. You don't need to do that. You can go set that up, but right now I'm showing you the basics of just not having to have their set up and have your own parameters set up. So I'm like, okay, so now we have the posting. The normal price I want to post this at is 39 silver. The minimum I'm willing to, maybe the minimum I'm willing to go is 10 silver, and then the max is 5. And then as long as something falls within this price range, it will scan the item and it will post it for 1 silver or 1 copper less. So we come up here, okay, now we have that set up. So I'm going to show you guys that once again. We have our group set up, which is gear 1. This is our dagger, okay? We have it linked. So we hit override. We linked it to our auction parameters. We have the auction parameters set up. So 8-hour duration. We have our value set up. If we had 2 of them, it would post 2 of them. We don't want any left in our bag, so we would post 2 of them. And then we come up here and we click on the auction house guy. And the only thing I want to set up, like I said, I'm looking for this dagger. So I'm going to run a post scan, and it finds one. Okay, but the problem is we all know that malachite is super, super cheap. But it found it. But the problem is it's below our minimum price. So we can go back in here and be like, okay, like I know malachite for malachite is super, super cheap. So maybe our minimum price is 1 silver. Okay, so we put 1 silver as our minimum price, and then we can come back in here and do that once again. So we go to auctioning, we select our dagger, or in this case, it's malachite. I just want to be able to show you how this works and run our post scan. And it's still cheaper. So somebody has it up for less than 1 silver. So we can go back to our options. We can go back to our operations, go to our auctioning, go back to this, and set up our parameters for less. So let's go 20 copper is our minimum price. Okay, so we're gonna put that in, and then we're gonna try it again, and hopefully nobody has it up for less. So undercutting competition. So it did. So I don't know why. Let's do this real quick. So we're going to look at Malachite. Whoops. It's supposed to show. Like, what's the minimum? So it's 35. I don't know why it's not showing what. It says undercutting competition, but your buyout is 22. Let's tell it. I'm trying to figure this out. Why it's not showing. Oh, let's go like this. So minimum undercutting by 1. I don't know why it's not showing, but maybe let's go like this. I'm going to add something to this. To this. We'll just go like this. So we'll go to gear 1. We're going to add this linen bag there. Okay, we're going to add an item and see what this does, and maybe this this. Yeah, let's put the oil in there and let's try this. Okay, so we're going to do this again. We're going to run post scan. So this is what it's So this is what it's telling us, like what people have it up there for a minimum. So this is the seller. This is what we're undercutting them by. So you guys can see, and this is another thing that Trade Skill Master does for you. It's going to show you the vendor sell price. So look at this. I know there's a lot of information here on the screen. So inventory, I have a total of we have 6 in our bags basically. But it's showing more because we're actually using them on our tunes. But it's showing, so vendor sell price is 2 silver, and the buyout that you're undercutting some by is 9. You might be like, okay, like I'm not even able to sell this for the vendor price. Let's not post it. So I can come in here and skip this if I want, or I can post it. So I'm gonna post. So I could post this for 2 silver and 99 copper. So I can go to post. Okay, so I posted 1. Okay, so I undercut them. So now I go to my auctions and I have this thing up for 2.99. I undercut somebody. So somebody had them up for 3. I should be able to go like this. Look up linen bag and see that I should have the lowest. So we did. This guy was the lowest. He had it up for 3 silver, and I undercut him by 1 copper. Okay, so that's the basics. I'll go over it by one more, or go over it one more time for you guys. I know this is a lot. Trade Skill Master is not for everybody. It's pretty overwhelming to get the group set up and get your parameters set up, and especially with stacked items. Until you've used it a while, you really do want to just do like 1 or 2 things, like recipes and gear, and then if you want to set up some groups for selling things that are in stacks, take the time to learn how to do those things, and just don't go crazy. Make sure that the add-on is posting things correctly for you by posting one thing and then go checking and making sure it's done correct. So once again, all we did was we set up a group. We set up and put 1 or 2 items. So if these are pieces of gear, we linked and set up. So we went into auctions. We set up a group for the rules for posting the items. We went back to our group. We linked it to that auctioning group, and then we set up the parameters for what we want to post them at. And that's it. Now that the auction rules are set up, you have the group set up. Now, anytime you get a new item, let's say I go out, I grind, I've got 5 new pieces of gear. All I've got to do is I've got to select the item. Let's say these 3 things are pieces of gear. All I got to do is add them to the group, and then now we will go back to Trade Skill Master, and we will go to auctioning, and we will go to run post scan, and it will go search for, and based on our parameters, you can see like this thing vendors for 37 silver. It's up for almost 37 copper. This thing is up on buyout for 2 silver. Maybe you sell them. I know that was a lot, guys. Maybe here at the end, I'm going to do a little follow up. So all of these add-ons I use for making my the game easier for me, setting up a nice grid right here so I can see them with Dominos, sets up my bars, setting up my how long the duration is on my buffs goes right here. I'd use that with weak auras. I do the same thing with my bars with weak auras. I track my what I'm searching for. So this right now, like I said, this is Gathermate. The fishing details is for my DPS and healing for when you're actually playing the game and you go into a dungeon or you want to see how your DPS is. Let's go like this. This is the last one. So Bagnon, you had this is going to take 2 seconds. So Bagnon is an amazing. It groups up all of your bags into one grid, and you guys can go in here and you guys can see item scale size. So that's the size, and then you can go columns. So you guys can see this. You can make the grid as large, long, tall, short as you want it, and then you can scale it how you want. So I think this is an amazing way. You can move it around. You can have this on your screen. You can use it for just when you have the regular UI. So look at this. Look how cool this is. You can have it right here. You can have it right here. Whenever you're finding things for the auction house, look how cool this is. Posting things extremely fast. You don't have to have Trade Skill Master, but you can at least have Bagnon on add-on added, and it gets your ability to post things way faster. You don't have all your bags down here. You have it right next to when you're posting stuff. Extremely, extremely amazing add-ons to help you with efficiency in the game. I know some of these sections were long-winded. I apologize. I just kind of I enjoy spitballing things and just giving it a go. So if you guys enjoyed this, the next video, the next few videos are still going to be me sharing some places I like to grind, making some more maybe gold finding suggestions for you guys, doing some fishing stuff. We're going to be doing some collecting stuff. Right now I'm working on my hunter and my druid. So I'm gonna try to do some things for using my druid for water things. So travel form for druids, we have access to clams and strangle kelp. Movement speed with the hunter. So I'm gonna get my hunter up, and we're gonna be able to do some higher level, higher than level 25 gathering videos. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave me some feedback on this one. Like I said, I know it was long-winded, but I appreciate you guys. I'm just trying to help you guys out, and maybe leave me some feedback, and I would really enjoy you guys' support. Leave me some likes, subscribe. If I can get my subs up, maybe my goal is 400, and then the long-term goal is hitting 1,000 subs, and then I can really start taking maybe some of these videos more seriously. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, guys, this is a Gambler. Peace out.